everyone, welcome to the Beauty by Donna YouTube channel. My name is Mary Decoit and this is my Instagram, Nails by Mary Jane, if you guys would like to check me out. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to do this really cute pumpkin design. This one on the middle finger. And you will need a couple of different things for this design. The first thing you probably will want is a prep and prime. This is the Mia's Secret one. You can find it on Amazon. It will be linked in the description. As well as a foundation and top coat. These are the Beetles foundation or base coat and top coat. So you can also find these on Amazon. Another thing you might want is a nail art brush. This one is a really thin one. It's from Mo Erica. You can find these from a couple different brands. I know Beetles has some gel polish brushes, but we're just going to be using this one for today. You want a thin nail art brush, as well as you might also need a cleanup brush and some acetone. And then of course you're going to want a black. This is the D&D gel polish in the color Black Licorice. And then I'm also going to use this orange color from Lavender Violets. I'm not sure what number this is. But yeah, and this one's a little bit shimmery. You can use a matte one if you'd like, but this is just what I have. So yeah, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our nail. Of course, this will be after you apply Gel X, acrylic, or if you're just doing a regular gel polish. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buff the nail just with a buffer. You might also do this with your sanding band if you like. Just make sure to roughen up the nail a little bit so we can get a nice smooth application. So now I'm going to wipe that off because I don't want any dust in my gel polish. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prep and prime. Of course you want to go in with your prep first. Do a thin layer of that. And then you're going to go ahead and use your primer. Like so. So now that you have your prep and your prime on, I'm going to go ahead and do a foundation coat. I also forgot to mention, you will want a base color. This is the Model 1's gel polish. I'm not sure. Oh, this is number 7. So this is what we're going to use for our base color today. So you'll want a black, an orange, and a base color. And you can do pink or nude. I'm pretty sure in the picture it's pink. Let me verify. Yeah, so it's a pink color underneath. And so I'm also going to use a pink. So now I'm going to do my foundation layer.
Well, who said I was invested? Well, isn't that why you're here? To tell me to dive into this case? No. Then why are you here? To tell you to dive into this case. I still say the way she went about it was wrong.
So you're going to want to do a thin layer of this, thin layers of all your gel polished colors. So now that we have that foundation layer on, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the gel light for 60 seconds. Okay, so now that I've done that foundation layer, I'm going to go ahead and do my base color. So this is the pink Model 1's base color that I'm going to use. And you're just going to want to shake that up a little bit. And as you can see, it's this really pretty light pink. Like I said, you could go for any base you want. You can do like a nude, more like a tan nude, or you could do a pinky nude. It's really all up to you. And you could even do different colors on the pumpkins if you want. I've seen a couple of people do pink pumpkins. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that as well. So yeah, you're just going to want to pick your colors out first though.
I mean, whether you want to call it being type A or a Reagan hazard, I think it's commendable. Thank you. Yeah.
Now I'm just applying a thin layer of that onto the nail.
You know what I'm talking about, Joe? Yeah, we're working the same case. And, he's keeping the secret that we're related. No. Maybe he wants to keep it a secret because he's not sure he wants to be a part of this particular club. Well, don't count him out. Yeah. If all else fails, we'll just bring in the big guns. What's that? Irish Catholic. Catholic, we'll call it. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Reagan. The charges against my client were dropped, so why are we here?
Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and pop it into the light for 60 seconds. Okay, so now that we've done our first layer of our base color, we're going to go ahead and do our second layer. So just like the first layer, you're just going to do a thin coat of your base. Okay, so now we're going to pop that in the light for 60 seconds. Okay, so I actually turned the nail into more of like a coffin shape because I thought it would just be better for the design since this design is done on a tapered square nail. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of create the little orange spots for the pumpkin. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our orange all over the tip of the nail. You want to do this pretty much at the very tip. I would say like maybe a quarter of an inch up, and or wherever you want the stem to come out of. So I think I want my stem to kind of go right there. So I'm going to do that. And now I'm just going to go on the sides here and create like some little kind of half circle shapes, and we will perfect this with our brush, so don't worry. But you're just going to kind of create some little kind of shapes like that. And mine are kind of squarish, so I'm going to go ahead and like round them out. But you want like an indent right here, so kind of shape them to where they're rounded and they kind of come to a point in the middle for that indent portion.
Why this game? This was a Jets favorite. Good thing you want it all the time.
And then I'm going to create a little kind of circle shape over here and sort of do the same kind of method. So if you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about here. And like I said, you want it to be round because you want it to look like a pumpkin. So yeah, create like kind of almost this V sort of thing. And make the sides as round as you can because we want this pumpkin to look really plump. Okay, so now that we have kind of that shape, there's also another two little curved lines, or curved orange pieces up here. So we're going to create those shapes as well. And we're just going to I'm just going to make two little lines with my gel polish, and then I'm going to round those out. Kind of the same thing like I did with the other two that we just did. And then I'm pretty sure that these two are connected, so I am going to connect my orange. And then of course you just want to make sure that's all filled in. So right now it looks really funky. It looks like you're probably like, what kind of shape am I even making? But you just gotta trust the process, especially when it comes to nail art. The little details are what really makes it. So you're just gonna do that, do your shape, and fill it in. So yeah, now we have our kind of weird shape thing going on. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and stick that in the light for 60 seconds, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we've done this layer of orange, we're going to do another layer of orange just to make sure that that's nice and opaque and nice and orange. So I'm just going to fill it in with the brush and then go over the kind of curved parts with the smaller brush, kind of like I did before.
Better than my husband, but barely. You have to find who did this. I promise we will. When? As quick as 35,000 on this can. So very quickly. I take it you'll be holding a press conference? When we know more, yes. I'd like to speak in it. I need to speak. Well, I know you're upset. And you ought to be. How many cops have been injured or killed on the job this year? How many more will be before these cop leaders have had enough blood? When we have something to report, I promise you I will hold a press conference. Right. Everything by the book. Even sympathy for the victim and his family. I've been where you are. For what it's worth, I know.
Okay, so now that I've done that layer of orange, I'm going to go ahead and pop that back in the light for another 60 seconds. Okay, so now that we have our orange shape, what we're gonna do is create our stem. So I took some of this black D&D polish, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my little brush again, and we're just gonna create a little stem shape here. Actually, I think I'm actually gonna do the lines first. So this design is a little bit tedious because it's a lot of little line work. So just get a good amount of gel polish on your brush and start to outline the circles, or the kind of half circle shapes that we made. And you're gonna want to use a really thin brush like this orange one, or this black one, to make these little lines. So we're just going to, and then for this part, you're gonna outline the circle. So you're gonna outline this area. You're gonna outline this, but you're also gonna take it all the way to the edge of the nail there. And that's what kind of makes our first initial little pumpkin shape. So now I'm gonna do this to the other one. Same kind of method. And just get those lines to where you're like happy with them. Now what I'm gonna do is create these three kind of initial lines. So I'm gonna first take a line from directly from the end here. I'm gonna take it off to the side, and then I'm gonna make another line that's sort of off to that side. And you want to do them kind of curved off to the side, sort of, so it really gives that pumpkin looking effect. And you want to keep the lines pretty thin as well. And pretty much all of your lines are going to come from the middle. And then for this last one, I'm just going to kind of not take it all the way in. And then for this one on this side, I'm going to make a line, but then I'm going to make another smaller line that kind of goes off to the side like that. So I know it looks kind of funky right now, but once we kind of put the stem on and go over these lines again, then it'll probably look amazing. So there's also a couple little lines on these little side parts. So I'm just going to put one line on this one. You want to do like a curved line so it looks like this is kind of like another pumpkin. And then for this one, I'm going to do like two little lines. Like so. I'm going to connect these two on this side. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and start to create the stem. What we're going to do is kind of create a sort of funnel-like shape. So we're going to make it really thin and close together for the bottom. And then we're going to kind of flare it out at the top, like so.
You line as Nick Cage in National Treasure? Like my dad used to read Lord of the Rings every night before bed when I was little. What such things? Your skating rings. What? I just didn't see that for a badass cop from East Harlem. Reading was my way of escaping where I grew up. Becoming a cop was how I dealt with it. Which is why I want to help them. We've done our part. Major case has it from here. I talked to Detective Gallagher. You'd like to see this?
Okay, and there we have it. There's our little pumpkin. We are going to go over these lines again. So make sure you go over your lines twice, even if you're maybe using like a nail art type of gel, because you want to make sure this is completely opaque. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the light for 60 seconds, and then we'll go over the black lines again when that's done. Okay, so now that that first layer is done drying, we're going to go ahead and do a second coat of these little black lines. So just go over what you've previously done.
So when our sleep, stress, and immune health are thrown off, new nature-made well blends can help us find balance. Thank you for taking those cold feet so far. Oh my God, Grandma, this will be fun. Do a chocolate milkshake, please. Okay, great. Some relationships get better with time. That's why I got a cross-check. 96% of Subaru vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road. So glad you got a Subaru. Who gave you the idea? Well, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Right now, we're all feeling the squeeze. But Long Life's got your back with thousands of rollbacks. So you get everything you need to keep your summer rolling. Because when you save money, you can live better. It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same. Their Fisher investments were clearly different. Different how? You sell high commission investment products, right? No, Fisher avoids them. Well, you must earn commissions on trades. Never at Fisher. Okay, then you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees. No, we structure our fees so we do better when clients do better. That might be why most of our clients come from other line managers. The Fisher investments were clearly different. I got one. So who climbs ladders to clean their gutters? Dad, it's dangerous. Climbing ladders is too dangerous. Leak Filter puts an end to that. So how does it work? Leak Filter's three-piece system filters out leaks and debris, letting water...
Okay, so now that you've done that second layer, we're going to go ahead and put it in the light for 60 seconds, and we're almost done. Okay, so now that our design is all done, we're just going to go ahead and top it off with some top coat. I'm going to use a glossy top coat. You can use matte if you'd like. But we're just going to seal in our pretty design.
So thousands of other people do probably. Those dealers you work with, people who might have bought for you and know your inventory.
And we're going to go ahead and pop that in the light for 60 seconds. Okay, so now that we're done with our top coat, we are done with our design. Let me show you guys a reference photo so we can kind of compare. Of course, yours might not look the same as mine or even theirs, but that's okay. I think this design turned out really, really cute. And I hope you guys very much enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as well as turn on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new video like this one. Alright, you guys, bye-bye.